Hello, everybody. My alarm went off, and I guess I said it. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. Let's step away from it for a minute, talk some leather, laugh a little bit. We got some funny stuff to talk about this week. It's the last live of 2020, and I think we can all agree, adios to 2020. So now I'm just running out the clock. Anybody? We just running out the clock because tomorrow night 2020 is done. It's over. We move on. We don't talk about it anymore. Now, okay, so here's a little bit of the problem. So I want to tell 2020 a couple of things. This is family show, so we're not going to go there. The problem is that we still have a little left to 2020, and there's ample room for it to give us one more good smack, right? Yeah, judging from history, that's an extreme possibility. But I also want to tell 2021, okay, don't pull any of the crap that your cousin 2020 did because we're going to, but I'm a little freaked out there about upsetting 2021. So, right, so we got a thin line here. But yeah, let's just run out the clock. Today, we're going to talk about some funny stuff. We're going to talk about bad habits. That's today's theme of the show. Now, we're going to have fun with it. Yeah, but on a more serious side, we all have bad habits. And I'm not talking about, out in the real world, like, I quit smoking and drinking and it was the worst 2 minutes of my life, right? I think that was W.C. Fields, I think, said that. No, just things in our shop, because on the serious side, we probably all have these bad habits and we may not even think about them. Do you ever have a thought, it kind of just circles. It's not necessarily on your mind, but it circles until somebody either puts it into words or maybe somebody mentions they have the same problem or thought. So right off the bat, you kind of got, comrade in arms, but it puts it into focus. So if we get a chance, let's write down some of our bad habits in a shop. Now, I want to start some of my videos with, okay, hi, I'm Chuck Dorsett for Weaver Leather Supply, and this is what we don't want to do, right? But nonetheless, we're going to talk about that, have a good time. Finally, a point I can speak with confidence on bad habits. But we're going to swing back around to that. Also, New Year's resolutions. What resolutions are we going to write down that we're going to totally forget about? Yeah, I got a long list. In fact, I've got a clipboard. I've just been writing down stuff. It's more things to accomplish in the New Year's. Do this or do that or take care of this. But this morning I went over to write down something on it, and my first thought was, what's the point? I'm not going to do that. Why even go to the trouble to write it down? So I got a whole list of things that I'm not going to pay attention to. So anybody that's got some good New Year's resolutions, drop those in as well. So we'll have some fun with those. But going through the comments from last week, again, I could write down every one of these. I absolutely could. But here's some. New folks, I see a new name pop up. I want to say hello. Some good comments, some good questions. Daughter of the Wild. Let's see. Okay, so this was in response. We were talking about when we have a project drying, dye or molding or top coat or whatnot. What do? We wander around aimlessly. A leather crafter with something dying or waiting to dry. We ping pong. That's what my wife calls. We go for anyway. So Daughter of the Wild. I wander around annoying my family while waiting for that. We all got to be good at something, right? That's pretty good. Let's see. Emlyn Thorogood. Hello back to Philadelphia. I hope you're with us this week. Mind Warp 12, Caleb Williams. Thank you very much for commenting, saying hello. Carl Cotton, Robert Black. Hello to everyone. Jason Morris, Chris Gould. As always, friend, I hope you are doing well. Let's see, Thomas Johnson. My alarm goes off. The wife asks, what's that for? I say it's time for Live with Chuck Dorsett. I feel the same way. I absolutely feel the same way. I look forward to this all week. It's a time to step aside. What a mess. What a mess. But we can step aside. Let's talk some leather, which seems to end in food. I don't know why, but we'll try to keep it to leather. Yeah, we'll stop circling back around to food. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, Cinder Psycho. That's a good one. What is the odds I sent an email to you guys to ask what material is recommended on my start into the hobby? There's a website. We've got our email on our website. if you send an email, just say, hey, this is for Chuck. Send an email because I'd be happy to help you on that one. It's an easy start. Also, and I'll jump forward to in other news. It looks like I've been waiting to do a video on how to get started for about $100. Double check this morning, and it looks like a number of the products are back in stock. Yay. On that point, and forgive us at Weaver, every person at Weaver is working hard to get us in stock. If we're out of stock, that's really very uncommon for Weaver up to March of, I'm not even going to say it. Yeah, 2020 it's dead to me. Shh. Yeah, let's don't say that too loud just yet. But anyway, it looks like a lot of these products are back in stock. Yay. So I'm going to jump on that one. Let's see, just finished the molded cell phone case. It came out great. I hope it's a good one. I hope it's a good one. It's a little bit of an imperfect process, molding by hand, but wow, it sure looks good. It sure looks good. Anyway, okay, so I hope that's a good one. Editing that one now. Let's see, we won't have anything out this Friday, so most likely, I think that may come out next Friday, or I'm going to try to get a couple of leather elements squeezed in between now and then. We might have one of those up. So we'll come back around to that. Let's see, Randy Bradley, Lisa Zinza, very cool, y'all. I'm glad there's a week lag, but nonetheless, I hope everybody's back this week. Let's see, G-Man's Jewels, hey, from Paulding County. We're not neighbors, but we're close. Hope you're doing well. Joseph Ward, let's see. All right, trying to get a nice shiny finish on my products or on my projects. Any product suggestions? Well, there's a lot of them out there. I might say the Sheridan, the RTC Sheridan Resist and Finish. The reason I say that, it's a higher gloss, but it's easy to apply and it looks good. It's a resist as well as a top coat, but it makes a great top coat. So you might try that. I like the leather balm. I tend to like a lower gloss. I don't much like the higher gloss. You know, when we kind of work towards maybe a patent leather, that's too gloss for me. It's too flashy for me. The biggest problem with working with patent leather, and we've got a product, a patent leather purse on our project list. The worst problem with that is fingerprints. I mean, that'll drive you nuts working with patent leather. But anyway, see if that RTC, that's a good one. We also have a video on, I think it's 6 top coats. Take a look through that. Yeah, spin through that and see if there's one there that you like. Application is part of it. Outcome is part of it. Water resistance is part of it. So see if there's something there that'll work. I hope that'll be a help to you. Let's see. All right, Sam Lee. Yeah, Sam, I see you over here. Yeah, thank you very much for chiming in. Let's see. Winter is basically rain here in the UK. Same here in the South. Yeah, I'm dreaming of a wet Christmas, like the ones I've always known. Let's see. Okay, Susan M. Very cool. Sent out her Christmas gifts to all relatives and friends. Handmade leather pieces. Very cool. Did the same thing. Just delivered my last 5 or 6 last night. Does anybody? Like I should, when I start a project, I should complete it. That's the way these. Does anybody kind of finish the product the night before it's due? We didn't. There's a lot of family we didn't see this year, so seeing everybody's kind of staggered. So we had Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day, then I think Sunday, and then Tuesday. So I do these. Really? Okay. Anyway, but Susan M. I hope I don't hope. I know everyone will love everything you made. That's a lot of fun. I mean, that's the best gift. The best gift anybody can get is something you made, literally made for them. And on the production side, that's fun too, because we know this is going to a certain person. And that's fun to think about them. And we're going to point this out to them and they're going to love this. And at the other side of that, I mean, I've got friends and family. I'll go to their house and I'll see something I made them 20 years ago, still hanging on their wall. That's a good feeling. It really is. Let's see. All right, Robert Sperling, greetings from Germany. Our friends in Germany, hope you're doing well. Jackson Williamson. Okay, so night for today, commenting back. Yes, just made a bowl as a gift today. Those are cool. Unlimited creative possibilities. Absolutely. We've got a video on making bowls. And I make a leaf, a fall leaf. Use a little spray paint, dye. They are so cool. My dad wanted 8 last year for his men's group through the church, so I made 8 or 9 of those. They just went over absolutely. So very cool. Let's see. Okay, Susan M made doorbells with solid brass bells from Weaver, and they are cool. Okay, let a little cat out of the bag here. So we did the sleigh bell video and the bells. I mean, these are real bells. These are not the craft store bells. And this is funny because my parents now have, I think, 4 sets of sleigh bells. And it's almost a progression of my skills over the years. So I gave them one of the tooled sleigh bells, and to jingle the bells, the craft store bells, next to the Weaver bells, it is literally night and day difference. I'm almost embarrassed now that I used those bells. I'm not. They look fine. But I tell you, when you compare the two, unbelievable difference. The point I'm getting at there is that when I'm making a strap, I've now gotten to where I'll take some 4 or 5 inch straps of just some scrap, and I'll just force it down into the bell. Because by the time you get these on the strap, you just about heard enough of these bells. So I just call them little dampers. And if I'm shipping those, I'll leave those, on when I put them in the box, because I don't want a UPS driver, to hear that for 8 hours. Wow. So anyway, Susan, I hope you know what? Again, there's no hope to it. Everybody's going to absolutely love them. Let's see. Okay. All right. So let me jump back over here. Sean Bell. Wow. The comments started coming in early. Thank you. That just makes my day. Always stressed, always stressed getting, and that stress builds the closer I get to 3 o'clock. But when I start seeing these comments come in, whoosh, gone. We're just going to have a great time. If you're new, you know what? Welcome to a big, happy, friendly family. You will love leather crafters. Let's see. Okay, Sam Lee. I hope in return you had a great Christmas. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Saw some family, ate some good food, got some good food. Yeah, got some great gifts. If you don't recognize Christmas, that's come and gone now. So now we're kind of all back on the same page because we all do New Year's. It's not secular or geographical. We're all on the same page with 2020. And I think we all would agree that 2020 sucks. I mean, let's put it out there. Doesn't even need to be said. But 2021, we're going to hope for the best. We're going to hope for the best. So let's see. Vanessa Kitty, hello to you. Very cool. Bob Haney, evening right back to you, man. It's a pleasure to be here as well. So let's see. I'm going to work my way down here. One of my New Year's resolutions is to get better with comments. Not going to happen. I just see that one coming. Yeah, not going to happen. Bob Haney, Sammy. Right. Okay. Santa brought me a new axe. I'll be working on a new leather overstrike collar tonight. Okay. First off, very helpful project. But I got something to look forward to. That, it makes your work day. To work, working for a living cuts into the middle of my day, right? But if we have just even the smallest thing to look forward to, we have an extra bit of happy in our step, right? And I think that's one of the reasons we as leather crafters tend to just be generally happy, well-adjusted, friendly people, because we have something to look forward to. And that changes our whole thing. I absolutely believe that. Let's see, Sam Lee, I'm not totally understanding that, but prayers are with you, friend. Prayers are with you, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, well, Lena, I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're with us this week. Glad everybody's with us. And I just slammed all the way to the end. This is just makes me nuts. Makes me nuts. But anyway, I'll do my best to keep up. The comments come in so fast I can't keep up. Bless your heart. Everybody, thank you for that. Y'all are the ones that makes this happen. I could sit here and talk, but right there, that's exactly why this is fun for me, and I hope for everybody. Oh no. Lee Dukovnik, 2020, I somehow managed to drop my marble slab, lost about 20% in size. I hate 2020. Missed my toe. Glad you put that in. I've dropped one too. I had it was like a 2.5 inch by 24 by 12. great big piece of marble, moving, slid out of the moving truck, and I mean, it shattered into 100 pieces, broke my heart. Ah, gravity sucks, doesn't it? Right? Yeah. Where would we be without it? Let's see. All right, Robert Simmons. Oh, let's see. Hi, Chuck. Have a very happy new year. I hope you have a very happy new year too. Doing the craft as I am, CEV and lockdown again. Oh man, a lot of folks are going back to some serious lockdown. Again, as crafters, we have something fun to do. We have something fun to work on. Um, Man, okay, I could roll on that one, and everybody's going, "Oh man, I'll go get some coffee. He'll be back in a minute." Anyway, all right, let's see. Thomas Beckett, remember to oil. It's a good point. Let's see. Okay, night for today, rainy southern Indiana. I would expect some snow up there, but it sounds like y'all are getting some rain. Though, you know what? That might mean it's a little bit warmer. Let's see. Okay, Michael Olson. Let's see. I haven't even read this one, but let's see. All right, bad habit. Setting small hand tools aside, distraction. Then trying to get back to what I was doing. Where did that tool go? I need a chain. That is so funny you mentioned that. Because everything rolls, and our bevels, our setters, our groovers, stamps, everything rolls, and it makes me nuts. Now, we could always go, right? I could always go buy one of those little rectangular or triangular rubber things that we put on pencils. Yeah, you know what? I'll put that on the list, right? Yeah, I'll put that on the list. But yes, and bad habits. Well, we'll come back to that. But Michael, thank you for chiming in on that one. You're exactly right. I wonder. My New Year's resolution is to spend a bunch more money shopping at Weaver. You know what? From each and every one of us at Weaver, bless your heart and thank you for the business. Well, we'll get back stocked. We'll get back to stocked up. Everybody's working hard on that. But Wonder, bless your heart. Thank you. And thank you for the business from every one of us at Weaver. Absolutely. It's a great company. It really is. I can't say enough. Okay, Brandon Stratton. Brandon Stratton. Can we do an element about designing products like wallet interior holsters? Absolutely, man. I'm pushing hard to get these videos out. My list is about 35. I think 35 projects. I just can't go fast enough. And I think I even said on the live. So since we weren't releasing a video 2 Fridays in a row, it gives me a real chance to get ahead, right? Well, I didn't take into account that we had 2 3-day weeks and then 2 lives. So really I only really had about 4 days. Now I've gotten 1 leather element and a project video done in that 4 days, which is pretty good. I was just hoping for more. But if we release a video next Friday, a week from this Friday, that gives me a little more breathing room, and if we get I've got a couple of videos on stuff that just isn't in stock or is coming back up. So that's in the making as well. The getting started, for $100, that's on there as well. Leather elements, I can knock those out pretty quick. Day, maybe 2 days at most for a longer one, where we're actually doing something where I need samples or dry time. But yeah, I can knock a bunch of those out pretty quickly. So I hope I'll get back up to caught up. I've been behind for 6 months now. But yeah, that's a good one. And I'll mark that down when I read through the comments later. Let's see. Wax on, wax off. Thomas Beckett. Oh man, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Christopher Crobath. Life's my living. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. You're exactly right. Let's live our lives. Absolutely. You're exactly right. Let's see. Oh man, Paul Pendleton. Okay, hello everyone. I am checking in from Hurlong, California, high in the Sierra Mountains. Wow. Hope everything has a safe new year. I do too. I'm hoping we all have we're due. Everybody has a bad year, now and then. It's just when we all have a bad year. That's I was reading a news article on the Spanish flu from the teens. You know what? It read just like one of the news articles in our media today, almost identical. Let's see. Okay, trying to be very careful with my mouse. John Simpson. Yeah, BC Canada. You're right. Yeah, we're all waiting. We're all waiting, aren't we? Thomas Beckett, Brian Walt. Happy New Year, man, everybody. Uh, yeah, Joe Redskin, time to get some learning. Man, I hope so. I hope so. Today we're going to kind of just coast. Yeah, I've got a product of the week, and it's a big helpful one. But yeah, let's just run out the clock on this one. Yeah. So, yeah, Sam Lee, I love food. Man, I know it's kind of a theme, isn't it? We're talking leather. We're talking leather. I'll do my best. Let's talk some leather. Let's see, Don Lapham. I have my first project drying now. Let's see, mouse pad for my son. Great project. It's so useful and usable. Our neighbor, I made a mouse pad for our neighbor, and he just loved it. So great project, good idea. I hope he loves it, and I hope it lasts for years and years. Oh man, Nick P, he got enough to buy a sewing machine. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, the sewing machine, it's a little bigger ticket item, for us crafters. Again, we're not profit isn't part of the concern. But our 303, if you're thinking of like upholstery and garment weights, I fell in love with this machine. Got a video for it. It's on the website. But when we get these good and stocked up, we're going to release a leather element on this. If you've ever been a little intimidated by industrial machines, I, I don't know how long this video is, but at the end of that, you will have no trouble, no worries about an industrial machine. They're actually a breeze. I think this is less confusing than my wife's home machine. I absolutely do. And boy, is it made well. I don't know what the weight on the head is, but it's got to be 70 or 80 pounds. That thing's going to last longer than me and 10 people behind me. Um, and the price, yeah, the price is not bad. In fact, it's like I think it's about 90 bucks more than I paid for my machine used. No kidding. It's servo motor. Oh, you're not going to believe we've talked about this. Let me finish that statement. You're not going to believe all the extras that you get. It's Weaver. We pack that box full of cool stuff. Anyway, okay, so lost waste detecting and treasure hunting. I like the sound of that. That is something I've always wanted to do. Happy New Year right back to you, friend. Uh, oh man, okay, Don Lapham. Lapham, probably. Please excuse me if I mispronounce anybody's name. Ah, that just is so rude in my opinion. All right, so my wife, bless her, got me a cheaper leather working tool set. It happens, and you can use them. Absolutely. I have a Weaver Mule's Foot and a cheap Evaner. The difference is massive. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm very cool, very cool. Garden and those tools, you could even cheap, we can still use them. They'll go in our tool rack, and at some point, we'll have just the place for one of those tools. So, nonetheless, a great gift. Absolutely. Carl Cotton, Carson City. Hello back to you, friend. Jan Law. There we go, Jan. I hope you're doing all right. It's good to have you with us, man. I hope the job's going well for you. Um, Ty Stubblefield. Ty, it is an absolute pleasure. And thank you for your comment because that just it makes my day. It really does. Once in a while I get, some comments that hallelujah. Hallelujah. Um, oh man, okay. Oh, let's see. Okay, Thomas Beckett. Chris has got a good comment, but I'm going to jump back over to Thomas Beckett here. Let's see. Okay. How do you store your various rivets, studs, rhinestones? I never seem to be organized. No, and you'll never will be. Okay. So this may help. You go to a hardware store because they have these organizers. I would say mine are a combination of small drawers and larger drawers. Here's why. 1,000 rivets is smaller than 20 buckles. So nothing works. But anyway, if you get the smaller ones, the rivets and the eyelets and the grommets, those all work well in the smaller bins. Then the larger bins, like setters, Chicago screws, I think I've got like 80 drawers over here. There's drawers over here. I don't even remember what's in them. And they're all marked. They're all marked. But organization, It's tough because things are different sizes. They really, yeah, rivets and buckles but anyway, yeah, the organizers, and they're just the cheap organizers. Flea markets. I tend to find these at flea markets, but hardware stores typically have them, particularly the big box stores. The big orange one, yeah, we all know who that is. They haven't had them in a long time, which is disappointing. Um, but the other one, the red one, yeah, they typically do, and they're pretty good. And I mean, they'll last forever. They're inexpensive and they'll last forever. So hopefully that'll help. See if that does help. Let's see. Okay, Chris Gould, my New Year resolution is to make sure I get more done on my projects and not on me or my table. Ah, yeah, my wife reckons as if this is actually going to happen. It's die. There's no, and that's. Does anybody have specifically have like shop clothes? Does anybody actually go to the trouble to change into your shop clothes? I don't. So therefore, I die on everything I own. Yeah. Um, wouldn't that be nice? Okay, New Year's resolution. I'm gonna have some shop clothes. Yeah, no, yeah, okay, I'll put that on the list. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We know which list. Um, okay, yeah, Don, trash bag and Weaver packing paper. Solve the dye problem. That's exactly right. The shipping paper that our leather comes in, it's that thick brown shipping paper, and I love it. It makes a great, first pattern, because it's not, you know, so with every order of leather, we send you some, pattern material. You are welcome. No, but it is. But also too, the plastic trash bag down to protect our work surface, and then some paper on that. Perfect dye situation. Yeah, it's gonna be an easy one. Um, okay, let's see. Christopher Crobath. I bought a half moon knife. Okay. Made myself a knife sheath right away. There you cool project. Right out of the gates. It fits perfectly. Um, okay, let's see. It fits perfectly. Good to hear that. Nice. You're happy with your project. My question is, which types of knives do you use in your shop? I use a box cutter. Oddly enough, I'm never without it, except right now. Anyway, a box cutter. Crap, I've got like 9 in my shop. I don't have one at hand. And the problem is, we're going to talk about this with our product of the week. Anyway, a box cutter. That's just what I started with, because that's what I had, and probably in a toolbox. And that's part of the point of getting started. We have a number of things in our house already that we don't have to buy up to get started, and they're basic things. There are a number of things that we absolutely need to buy up front. And I think we can do that for about $100. In fact, last week we had talked about a belly. I actually remembered to grab a belly so we can talk about that. Um, but I use a box cutter. Now, the old school leather guys laugh at that, I'm sure, because the round knife, the head knife, the round head knife. But I tell you what, I would go up against anybody with a round knife and my box cutter. And I've always thought about that. Let's just do a friendly competition. Let's cut a star, or let's cut a complicated abstract design. Let's see who can make it cleanest and fastest. I think I can win on that one because my box cutter, first off, it's got that angle blade. So making good hard corners is a breeze. It's comfortable in my hand. The blades, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, the blades are inexpensive and they're very sharp and they're easy to replace. I'm not great at sharpening blades. I can. But I'm not a pro at it because I've seen some of these guys, old school guys, sharpen their round knives and head knives. Man, they can get that down to scalpel. I cannot do that. The one thing about a box cutter, well, they're cheap too, and they're everywhere. But the biggie is that the blade is retractable. You very quickly get to the point where every time you pick up that blade, you open it, or every time you put it down, you close it. The big point there is there's no open blade on my table. The reason that's important, yeah, I know this is like snowball effect, obviously because, and this is one of my bad habits. Let's go ahead and put this out there now. I could put tools back where they go, right? Every tool has a place and every tool in its place, right? No, my tools are going to end up in a pile. I'm right-handed. They're going to end up a pile on the right side of my cutting table. Okay. Bad habit. Yeah. But if I put it back to where it's supposed to be, I can't find it, right? Because I don't expect it to be there. The problem is is that as I work on a project, and I bet we are all, I know because I watched other videos, right? Our work area gets smaller and smaller and smaller as we progress through a project. And I'm not kidding. I will get to a point where I'll use the arm squeegee, right, to push stuff out of the way so I have just enough room to bevel or groove or set rivets, right? It's a bad habit. It really is. The tool, I should use it and put it back. No, I'm not going to do that. No, that's not going to happen. So anyway, everything ends up in a pile on the right side of my work table. Leather, die, rivets, odds and ends, right? Odds and ends, snaps, pieces and parts. But I know where it is. I know where that bevel is. Okay. So anyway, because of that pile, I know my knife does not have an open blade. I can reach into that pile without worry. At a show, we've talked about that. At a show, I got bit by a round knife that the cardboard is. Oh, I cringe, and it wasn't even a bad cut. I mean, it got me, but it was not stitches or anything. I still cringe over that thought. So I might say try a box knife, a box cutters. Just, your Stanley makes them at home, the red orange box store. They've got 8 different kinds. I tend to have 5 or 6 in my shop. They're everywhere. But I've got one that I've just got gaffer's tape because I go to audio and video stores because of the shooting. But the duct tapes, duct tapes now come in 80 different colors. Anyway, the point there is that I'll just wrap a little 1-inch or half-inch band around a certain knife. I know that's my main knife. That's the one I keep on me. But what I can also do is I can change the blade in all of these knives, and I've got a little Tupperware that I keep them all in. It's pretty close. Anyway, so therefore I don't have to stop and change the blade. It's a nice technique if I really did that. And I kind of sort of do. But my knife is on my belt all the time. That's my main knife. It's got a red or an orange band around it. I know that one's sharp. Anyway, wow, was that a roll? Gee, Chuck, you could move on any day. Anyway, I might try that. Yeah, they're cheap, so see if that helps. But not to say that a round knife or a head knife, old school. Now, the people that use these, they say once you go round or you go that route, you never go back because really it's 3 tools in one. You've got a knife, you've got a skiver, and you've got a bevel. Now, I've tried a bevel. I was not good at it. You can get very good at it. It's just that's a lot of blade to try to keep at a certain angle, right? And skiving, actually, it's a very good skiver. I try to avoid skiving like I was going to say the plague, but we kind of got a plague going, don't we? So, is it too soon? Anyway, so it's 3 tools in one. But man, talk about old school leather shop, round knife, head knife. Those are the way to go. Absolutely. Let's see. John McGowan. I hope that's correct. I had a friend buy 5 purses from me for her granddaughters. Score. How cool is that? We had a great time making them. We got a little money for selling them. Somebody got a handmade gift. Somebody else got handmade gifts, right? How cool is that? Absolutely. John, I'm glad to hear that. Very nice. Congratulations. You're a professional. That's exactly right. The second you sell something, you are technically a professional leather crafter. Doesn't matter. It can be a key fob with 1 rivet. Nonetheless, technically, you are. All right. So, okay, let's see. Ian Hemingway, I use my utility knife and occasionally X-Acto. That's exactly right. I tend to use my X-Acto for 2 things. Cutting a filigree, nothing better. And if you want to do the filigree, you may look at that and think, that is crazy nuts. No, it's not. We've got a video on cutting a filigree. It is so easy. There's one trick in there that makes the thing a breeze. But the X-Acto, that's exactly right. And we've got a great one. I've got 4 or 5, the yellow handles. I've got 4 or 5 there. It's brass fennel. What's that little thing you tighten down? It's not a chuck. Anyway, love them. Love ours. And we sell 2 different blades. We've got a wide short angle and then a long deep angle. The long deep angle is the one I use, but good. Ian, glad you brought that up. Okay, Alex Hagland. Let's see. First few weeks of trying leathercraft. I hope you're having a lot of fun with it. Since we're talking about what we made for gifts, I made my daughter a clutch that I put together from a craft store kit. And I bet you had a good time with it, and I bet it looks great. That's a perfect way to start. Now you got to feel for it. You got to feel for the shapes, the sizes, rivets, maybe sewing. Very cool, Alex. I hope it came out beautiful. I hope you're happy with it, and I hope that she's happy with it. Okay, Don. Don Lapham, so far just a box cutter, cool. Can't make a sheath for it since it has a bit of an angled end. Oh no, we've got a video on making the box cutter sheath. No, that you'll see. Give it a shot because you wet mold it. It's a breeze and it looks great. I cannot believe I don't have mine on my belt. That is making me nuts. Of course, now I don't have it. Okay, anyway, Don, watch that video. I think it's called, you know what, on YouTube, just search box cutter sheath on the Weaver channel. It'll come right up for you. It'll come right up. You'll be surprised. You will. They're very cool and they look really good. All right, Paul Pendleton, second live. Glad you're with us, friend. Let's see. All right, let's see. Paul Fellows. Let's see. Chuck, I want to edge paint some veg tan. Let's see, with a fluorescent color. Okay, I tried acrylic paint. I diluted. Yeah, man. Paul, the problem with paints is that they're a different texture than the leather, and edge coats tend to me to be the same thing, because the leather has a different texture. So as it bends, the edge coat or the paint, it tends to crack and peel almost immediately. So I almost have never used an edge coat. Paul, I think, all right, you might. The one time that I've had a little luck with this is I roughed my edge just with a piece of sandpaper, which goes against everything we think of because we want to burnish our edges or slick our edges. But I roughed it. Then I painted it. And then it seems I gave it plenty of dry time. And then I slicked it. I can't remember though, because once you paint it, it's done. It's not going to take like gum trag. Paul, I'm sorry I don't have a good answer for that. There are a couple of things in leather that are just age-old problems. Like, do I tool before I mold, right? Sometimes there's just not a good answer. Paul, I tell you what though, man, if you come up with a good answer, let us know, because again, edge coats, edge paint is not bad. And you've got it knocked out right there, but because you're cutting it. Yeah, you're cutting it, so therefore that paint's going to wick in a little bit deeper. It's going to give it a little more hold on that leather. I don't know if a base or a prime would help. You know, I just walked away from it. Some years back, I walked away from edge coat because I got a really nice briefcase at one time. And you see nowadays, a lot of the high-end purses have edge coat on the bag and the strapping. Man, my briefcase, that edge coat peeled off, in like a month. Well, now it looks worse because that's an unfinished edge underneath that edge coat. So it actually worked against me. And I've always remembered that. It was irritating to me because that came right off. And it peels. Once that little end, it just peels off bit by bit. Paul, I'm sorry I can't answer that for you. But you know what? If you come up with a combination, please let us know, because it's a problem. And that's a cool idea. That's a very cool idea. Some fluorescent colors on our edges. That's a cool touch. Okay, Don, making my wife a laptop mat, which is basically a huge mouse pad. That's very cool. Let's see. Let's see. All right, Joe Redskin made more leather keychains with a horse head stamp for the in-law family who are big into horses. Nailed it. a keychain, it's a simple project. There's a million ways we can go with decoration. The horse head stamp, nailed it for them. That's exactly right. Joe, I hope you had a good time making those. And there's no doubt they're going to love them. They're going to go on their keychain. Even if that's not their main keychain, it's nonetheless, it's going to go on a keychain and it's going to be there for years. And they're going to think about you every time they see that. One of my favorite gentlemen, Amish gentleman, Amit Weaver, 2 or 3 years back, I just made a bunch of the Four-Strand Keychains, and I love these. I make these all the time. I've got one. I wear it on my, yeah. Anyway, I gave him a keychain, and I thought, the Amish, yeah, of course, they use keys. Absolutely. I just thought, I was hesitant. No kidding. A year later, he comes to work on his tractor one day, doing something for the company. On his tractor keys is that keychain I made for him. And he pointed that out to me. Literally made my day. So very cool keychains, no end of the possibilities. They're small, they're fun. What a blast. Oh man, please forgive me. It looks like we've got a Russian gentleman, I believe. I just ordered my first leather hide to start. Thanks for your help from your videos. I hope you have a great time with it, and I hope a translation comes through for you. But I hope you have a good time with it and make some beautiful stuff. It's a hobby we literally can love the rest of our life. Absolutely. Oh man, Eric Clifton. Can't wait to hindsight is 2020, but I never thought about that. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Joe Redskin, yeah, worry not, Chuck. If you don't have enough comment, we will give you plenty. That usually tends to be my biggest worry and my least worry. All at the same time. It's a battle of emotions. That's it. Oh man, Peter, bless your heart. The wisdom. I don't know if I'm handing out any wisdom here. Seems like there's a lot of questions I just can't answer. Boy, ask me a question anytime that I absolutely can be of no help with. Yeah. Okay, I know this is fun. Let me jump back over here. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Notes from the boss. I don't have any crafter fails of the week. I'm kind of finishing, everything out. So I really don't have any good fails this week. But again, we're coasting, running out the clock. We'll start up next Wednesday. Everything will, it's almost like I'm thinking on next Wednesday, the sun will come out, right? Like Saturday, New Year's to Friday. I'm so confused. Man, we've met. Anyway, so the sun comes out and the birds are singing and everything's going to be, yeah, blah, blah. All right. Anyway, let's see. Oh, let's see. Okay, Peter, I've seen guys use Sharpies to edge belts. Oh, man, yeah, and I do. Actually, in this video, we size a strap, and then I end punch it. It leaves a little naked spot. Sharpies are great for edge coat or for edge paints. Lots of colors. The big craft stores have like packs of 20 colors of Sharpies, but they have like the regular end, and then they have a fine point end, which is great for patterns. But the cool thing about Sharpies is when you run that down the edge, it's not like a dauber or a sponge. You get a very clean edge. I love Sharpies. Yeah. And they come in all kinds of colors now. Let's see. James Madrano, greetings from Laredo, Texas. How can you sharpen the tubes of a rotary punch? Okay, there's two ways to go here. A rat tail file is just a little round file. Yes and no, because the revolving punch, that small tube, 1/16 of an inch maybe, the best you can do is sharpen the outside at the taper, where that tube actually tapers to the cutting edge. You can sharpen that maybe with some, light sandpaper. The point I'm making here is there are two rotary punches. There's the lesser expensive, which are great. I use them in the videos, the compound, but the tubes are not replaceable. So once you blow out you're going to use two, maybe three of those tubes, because you'll get used to using like the 1/8 of an inch. I use that for all my rivet holes. And I think it's the 4th from the top. I don't know what size that is, but I use that for all my line 24 snaps, right? You just get in a groove of, well, the problem is you wear those three out. The other 3 tubes, unused, right? So what a waste to throw that away. Yes, it is. The bigger problem is the anvil, right? The piece that you punch onto, typically made from brass or copper. Those tend to wear out. So all told, once your anvil wears, once your tubes wear, it's hard to do, but toss it. I know it's hard to do. Toss it. Okay, get a new one, right? Because I've always kept a couple of the inexpensive ones in my shop. When one dies, I toss it and I move to the next, and I don't even think about it. The other side to this is the more expensive revolving punches. Yeah, they're cast forged, right? They're heavy, super. You can replace the tubes on these. And they even have a little window that says like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Super quality. Now they're going to be much more expensive. The point here is you're going to use this one the rest of your life. It's a better anvil, but also the tubes are replaceable. So therefore, you can replace the tubes that you use often, or even more than that. Say you use 3 sizes, just load it with just those 3 sizes. So now when you wear one out, toss that tube, put a new one in there. But again, I use the inexpensive, absolutely. I've got some really nice ones, Weaver. I've got some really nice ones. But I don't tend to use these in the videos, mainly because of the cost. We're crafters. I want to keep it affordable for us. I want to keep it inexpensive for us. So I tend to use the best one is the compound. Yeah, the red handle, because it really takes the stress off our forearm. Now, a lot of us, we've been at leather a long time. I could probably punch 100 holes and not even think about it. If you're newer to leather, that's going to be frustrating. It's going to tire out your hand. But what's going to happen is as your hand gets tired, you start weaving. Yeah, right. It happens. It is what it is. So there's the spiel on the revolving punches. You can sharpen them to a point, but all told, maybe next time, get 2 and just, you've got one in reserve and toss one when it's done. That's about the best thing that we can do. Okay, let's see. MC, greetings from Massachusetts. Hope all is well with you and your family. MC, I hope the same thing right back. I hope everybody is safe, happy, and had a great Christmas. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Bob Haney. Yes, Brandon, a Scotsman living in Wales. That's very cool. Scottish, Buchanan and Gibson, married into Dorsett. And some reason we've got 2 T's on Dorsett. We're not sure why. Not sure why. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Safe Sapphire. I hope that's right. I hope it's at least close. Oh, let's see. Okay, Chai Chuck, if you still have time, here's another one I probably can't answer. I'm going to dive into this one, but let's see. Any idea why my dyeing, let's see, comes out looking like plastic? I just apply 1 coat. Man, I don't know. Is your top grain, is it kind of smooth to begin with? I am sorry to tell you that that's one that I am not familiar with. And the alcohol dye, the regular dye, no, that should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. It's a great dye. It really is. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more stiff. We know that. It comes with the territory. Safe, let me take some time, and I might try to circle back around to that one next week. Because it makes me crazy not to be able to answer a question, not to be able to help someone. That just burrows in. Thorn in my side. Let me put some thought into that and see. Yeah, 1 coat. It sounds like you're doing everything right. Man, give me some. Maybe we'll come together next week and see if I can't come up with something for that. And again, I'll go through every comment. Probably what I used to go through the comments today. You know what's still fresh in my mind. But now I've started to where I'll first thing Wednesday morning, I'll get to my desk and I'll open up the comments and I'll go through then. So I'll look at that next week and let me see if I can't. Let me ask some questions around too. We have a building full of people with great knowledge, leather knowledge. So let me ask some questions. I'm sorry I can't help, but let's see if we can figure this one out. Let's see, leftover beans. Oh, that's funny right off the bat. Leftover beans. I'm dying to know how you came up with that. Um, let's see. Okay, in a year with a lot of negativity, you're a light. Bless your heart. I hope it's been a crappy year for everybody. Um, bless you right back. Leftover beans. Bleens. I know I'm trying to go too fast, but bless you and your family as well. Thank you very much for the thought. Means more than you know. Every comment, question, they literally mean more than you know. Um, okay, Mary Bailey. Yeah, y'all read Mary's comment because that might be a possibility too. And I'm going to read that again. Um, a calligraphy 5.0 millimeter pens. I kind of never made the connection, but that's a good trick. I know I better not reverse those. Yeah, we're gonna have some bad words. Um, oh, you're kidding, Bob. Got a Gibson and a Buchanan. How about that? Yeah, I think we're from Loch Lomond area. I think we're from somewhere around Loch Lomond. That's cool, Bob. Thank you for putting that in there. Very cool. Um, okay, let's see, Pam. Looking for some info on how to put protective leather on my new stitching pony I got for Christmas. Okay, cool. Nice. Good gift. I think that's in one of our leather, one of the shop tricks. Maybe if you go on our YouTube page, put in shop tricks, because I think we've done 6 of those. I think that's in there. But just some good contact cement and about a 4 to 5 ounce leather. That's all you need. And on my pony, I've just gone. So we've got, what do we call these, mandibles? I don't know. Anyway, these things, yeah, we can see why I have so much trouble on the outtakes. And I'll just run it up one side and then out the other. It's like a little 4 by 3 inch or maybe 4 inch piece. Contact cement that thing on, it will never leave. My old, and we're not even bringing this out, but my old sewing pony, and this is a good point. I didn't think about this. So yay. Pam, thank you for bringing this up. My first sewing pony, I took 2 2x4s and I've got 2 carriage bolts in it. That was my first sewing pony. That needs to go into that starting leather for $100 video. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'll keep that on my mind. But yeah, look at you. It's super easy to do, but it's a good point. You're exactly right. Your pony will never ding your leather if you do that. Yeah, okay, Pam. Let's see. Sharpen 2010. I stapled mine on. Good. Yeah, just so it's there. That one has packing tape. Right? Yeah. I'm not kidding. That was from way back. Way back. Oh, the welt. Don. Yeah, there you go. Felt. I know I'm felt. Yeah, he'll be back with us in a minute. Let's see. Okay. Oh man, Sam Lee, bless your heart. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that. These tend to be a lot of me, and I really try not to. There's so much of that out there. Let's y'all, yeah. But thank you nonetheless. Let's see. Yeah, so I've done some props for a lot of the videos or a lot of films. Pirates of the Caribbean 4, Just Visiting, Year 1, Man in the Iron Mask. The stage Spamalot, all the French nights I made sword belts for Spamalot. So yeah, we can talk about that. Absolutely. I feel like it's just too much me. Anyway, yeah, okay. Deverooning. Yeah. Skive the edges of the protective leather on your stitching pony so it doesn't catch your thread. That's exactly right. You're exactly right. And on our sewing pony, it's got a little lever down at the bottom. Wow, is your thread going to catch on that and make you say some bad words? So just take a little piece of like tape, duct tape, or we use a lot of the painter's tape in the videos. Just put enough tape on there to where that thread doesn't grab that. Oh, it's going to make your world better. It really would. Oh, well, okay. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. Hannah Tashanya, I'm sorry. Well, bless your heart. Okay, but I see the point. You're exactly right. I see the point. Okay. So you know what? Maybe next week or maybe the one after that. Well, because I want a big bang next week. We're gonna start the whole thing off again. With 0. So anyway, that's in our that's in our comment. So thank you. Let's do that. That's a good point. You're exactly right. Let's see. Is it almost 4? Is it? I've got 12:47. Anyway, all right. Yeah, we're coasting. Whatever. We'll finish when we finish, right? Yeah, that's right. We'll finish when we finish. Let's see. Um, yeah, okay, it looks like we got a lot of folks that got some sewing ponies. Wow, world of help to us. Yeah, it really is. Uh, let's see, 5 till 4 here. Travis Cochran, I'm glad you're with us. Very cool. It looks like we've got some new names in this week, and I'm very, yay. I hope, big happy family, y'all. Welcome to a big happy family. That's exactly right. Let's see. Uh-oh, Safe Sapphire, craft or fail. Oh man, you know what? We can't get through a video without one of those, can we? Let's see. Did you ever do practice tooling on a scrap for a big present and the practice piece comes out better than every time? Oh, every time. And it makes yeah. How does the practice piece, how does the final piece not come out as good as the practice piece? This is not possible. This is not possible. Every project. I'm so glad you brought that up because you're exactly right. I never got over to our bad habits. We never got over to our New Year's resolutions. Well, screw those. Yeah, blah blah. It's just a list of things I'm not going to do next year. But anyway. So all right. So I need to at least let me jump over because, and we'll keep going. We got no time limit here. Let's see. Okay, just notes from the boss. Um, let's see. We put out some hides on our clearance section. And that's on our website. So take a look at those. You might very well find something that's kind of cool, something unique. Now, these are odd lots. An odd lot is basically the tannery did this many, and that's all there is. And they're not going to do them again. Or a big company ordered 10,000 sides and they made, 11,000 just because, so they can pick through, well, then the balance of that can be sold as an odd lot. They cut the price. We get a good price on a unique piece of leather. So if you've ever heard the term odd lot, that's all that is. That's all it is. But anyway, so yeah, check our site. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same. See if I can't pick up something unique. Yeah, very cool. I've got stingray. I've got salmon leather. I'm not kidding. I have a piece of salmon leather that somebody picked up for me when they were in Alaska. It's about this long. It's black. You can actually see the scale pattern on it. That is tough as nails. I've never used it. I don't know where I'm going to use it. I'm just going to accumulate. I got snakes. I got all kinds of snake and springbok and a buffalo. I got some cool leathers. I know I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out what all. Anyway, yeah. See if you pick up something cool. And even if you don't have a project right now, it's a good price. You like it, get a piece, tuck it away. I promise it will come into use. Absolutely. We bought it. We're going to use it. Yeah, we're leather crafters. If we paid money for it, we're going to use it. So, oh, beaver, Travis, you got some beaver. Man, hair on beaver. And that's about why we wiped out the beaver population, us because it is beautiful. Oh, it absolutely. And there's some beautiful leathers and hides out there. We go up to Cherokee. Gatlinburg and Cherokee is not far from us. And Gatlinburg is a tourist trap. I say trap. It's a blast. Great restaurants. Cool. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of little stores. It's up in the mountains of Pointez. Over in Cherokee, you got to cross the mountains. But over in Cherokee, there's a couple of shops. Now, most of them sell the common tourist, stuff. But there's a couple of shops that sell hides. And they've got bear, all kinds of fox, wolf, coyote, white-tailed deer, calf, beaver. Oh man, anyway, they've got all kinds of hides and they're just gorgeous. Oh man. I've got one upstairs that's I'll have to think about I'll see if I can grab it for next week. It's the most beautiful hair on I've ever seen. Anyway, I'll see if I can. Maybe next week we can bring out a couple of odd leathers, some obscure, out of the ordinary. All right, so anyway, all right, so bad habits. We were going to talk about this, but really, my worst is keeping my shop clean. Now, it's not a mess, but it can always be more organized. I don't need a cleaning, I need a cleansing. I need a reckoning. My thought is to take everything out of the shop and just as each piece comes back in, do I need it? Do I toss it? Can I clean it? Can I? That ain't going to happen. I'll put that on the list. Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, for the most part, I think we kind of went through my stuff, tools rolling off tables, everything ending up in a pile, the human arm. So I have enough room to actually work. Here's one. So yeah, we talked about shop clothes, but this is a cool point. Sweatpants, just your standard cotton sweats. Those make the best rags for everything in our shop because they're a little bit thicker. So therefore, like leather balm, they'll absorb more leather balm or dye. They're great. They're very soft for buffing. For adding antique, those are the best. Yeah, and I'm still wearing some that are, next stop is the rag bag. Right? If I have clothes like that, man, my wife gives me a hard time about that. They're shop clothes. Yeah, they're shop clothes. Yeah, that's it. No, it's not. All right, so let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see in other news. Okay, editing a molded cell phone case. Got that being edited right now. Working on that. Trying to redo all my inset shots. The little shot, of the product. Because I've been doing them one at a time. Now I have the picture, but I got to lay in the copy and lay in the drop shadow. Maybe lighten it a little bit. Anyway, I'm making these to where they're done. The copies settle. The point there is I'm trying to make the copy fit the tool, if that makes sense. So a wooden strap cutter, it's kind of a big cross. So I'm trying to make it to where the copy, anyway, good light. So they're done. So when I go to editing, it doesn't take me 5 hours to edit 30 minutes. So I just drop these in and they go, and the skew is right, the color's right, the size is right. So anyway, I'm working on editing this one, but I just started doing these insets and I got to do like 90 of them. Not all for this video, but my thought is, I might as well, while I'm editing this video, let's just do a new inset for each of the insets that I need for the video. So it's taking a little extra time to actually edit this one. But if I can get it done, then my editing is almost cut in half. Let's see. We also want on the board here is lining up letter sets because everybody has trouble lining up letter sets. And I swear, if you're going to mess up a project, it's going to be your letter sets. I almost don't use them because I'm so scared of them. Because it's almost the last thing you do. You tool it, you edge it, you're just ready to die, and you put a letter upside down. Let me tell you, hit the mute button there because there's going to be some bad language and very likely some ugly gestures because you can ruin an entire project with an L upside down. But also lining them up, it's really a little bit easier than it looks. So I'm probably going to go to that next. Just a simple way to line up our letter sets, and maybe with me too. Maybe I can take away that stigma of not wanting to use them because they're great and they're gorgeous and a great way, to personalize something. I'm just scared to death of them because I can't get them to line up. We can if we take our time. If I'd follow my own advice, I'd be better at this leather thing. Anyway, okay. Let's see. Okay, so all right. Well, we're gonna start wrapping it up here, which means we'll keep going. Okay, Jen Lowe. Where did the cat go? Bruce. Yeah, I have to lock him out now because he was. They're so cute when they're a kitten, aren't they? And now he's a cat. Why do we invite these in the house? I want to travel back in time just so I can find the first person that brought a cat in the house and just kill them all. Oh, okay. Anyway, let's see. Excuse me. There we go. All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay, everybody's kind of helping each other out. Y'all, bless your heart for that because I'm just rattling here. Travis used a piece of beaver tail for an inlay on a rifle sling. Oh, man. That sounds beautiful. Very cool. Oh man, I know. Okay. Hair on, absolutely. Great way to go there. Great way to go. All right, y'all. So, all right. So let's wrap it up. Is anybody working half a day tomorrow? We're gonna do a half a day. Yeah, coast. Yeah, probably paper. File all the paperwork from this. We're not even gonna mention it. File the paperwork. Probably try to concentrate on doing some shop cleaning. So when I come back in Monday morning, New Year, things are clean. I'm ready to start working. Sam Lee, just as I say, not as I do. That should open. That should open every video. Hi, I'm Chuck Dorsett for Weaver Leather Supply. Don't do this. Right? Okay. So yeah. Well, all right. So everybody, y'all bless your heart. And I can't say Happy New Year to everybody by name. There's just too many. But on that point, thank you nonetheless. God bless everybody. I hope everybody has a good evening. And I hope everybody has a safe but happy and fun New Year's Eve. We're close. We're close to 2021. We're going to go around that bend. We're going to put this one behind us and we're going to start fresh, start new. And I know, and I just keep seeing the comments come in and I just don't want to leave. I want to say hello to everyone. And we can't do it. But Jason, let's see. Unmutual. There's you're exactly right. Good riddance. That's right. But everybody, Chris and Robert and Peter and Jan, y'all, it's been an absolute pleasure. And these lives they've kind of been a good point in my year. The little bright point, step away from it, laugh some, enjoy some, laugh at each other's mistakes. That's part of it. It kind of helps. It kind of helps. It helps to know that other people make the same mistakes. That's kind of, comrade in arms kind of thing. So y'all, I just keep seeing them and I don't want to stop here. We don't have to. It's my show, right? we go as far as we want to. Everybody, Stephanie, bless your heart. Thank you very much. Rick, Bolster 1123. There you are. I hope you're doing all right across the pond. John Simpson, thank you, Bob Haney. It is an absolute pleasure. And as always, I will read every one of these, and I'm going to be disappointed that there's so many that I missed or questions I couldn't answer. Yeah, we know that. But God bless everyone. Prayers, blessings to everybody. I hope the last 36 hours, 30 hours of 20 and whatever, blah, blah, go well for you. I hope your new year starts off with a bang, a big, beautiful bang. And I do hope those birds come out and sing and the sun comes out. Everything's beautiful Friday morning. I hope so. Might be a hangover involved. I'm not pointing fingers. But anyway, everybody have a very good, safe, fun, happy New Year. Blessings to everyone. Prayers to everyone. God bless. It is an absolute pleasure to spend this time with you. Love you guys. Good luck with your projects. Y'all, good luck with it. I absolutely mean it. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. God bless.